What's up, college football fans? Sonoy Valenta here once again with the Mean Green Show. And if you're a fan of college football recruiting, G5 football, the transfer portal, be sure to consider hitting that like and subscribe button because that is all we talk about. And today, Miles is back on, and Miles runs the at UNT6 on Twitter. Be sure to go follow that. And Miles, how's the summer going?
It's going great. Keeping myself pretty busy without nothing going on in North Texas.
Yeah,
It's been pretty fun. I'm excited for the Colorado trip in 11 years. That'll be
yeah,
fun
that
with the
was
home and
yeah,
home.
yeah, yeah. When
Yeah.
they,
So,
yeah, you may have some little ones by that time.
oh boy,
Um,
yeah. I don't want to think about that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Man, yeah, that when I saw that, I was kind of, oh, what is this? And then, oh, hey, in 11 years, we're gonna do a home and away with
But
Colorado. All right,
but that's very good though, because I'm tired of when we did 2-for-1s and all that when we didn't
yeah,
really get any home games.
yeah,
I'm just glad we're getting more of those done, even if it's all the way, in 2032 and
hmm
2033. But I'll take it. Maybe Apogee's 50,000 by then.
maybe, man, maybe we'll fill it at 30 for a few years. Turn things around and build that thing up to 50. Um, so I mean, today, it's summer, so it isn't really prime time, and I know we haven't had the action we want as fans, for North Texas on the recruiting end, but got to have faith that they're coming. They are coming. Our guys are going to get them in, and they're going to see that all that North Texas has to offer, and they're gonna be commitments soon. We're hoping and praying. But what are some of the commitments you've been looking at? I mean, I know we lost Calvin Harvey, right, to La Tech. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's been some others that, whatever. Damian Smallwood said he's going to make his decision here in the next week or something. And I think he's got 3 offers, and, you know, Liberty was the most recent of the 3. So there's obviously reason to believe that he may go there. But have you looked into any on Jack Curtis? He's like a hybrid DN out of Highland Park.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure he committed to Northwestern.
He did?
If I'm
Oh,
not
dude, how did I miss?
mistaken, I'm like 95% sure because
Well,
there's
you're
now
probably right. There you go.
there's a
That's
lot of Highland Park people that have visited North Texas in the past few years or few weeks.
yeah.
But I think that it was Jack Curtis. I was like, oh my gosh. But
Well,
Northwestern's
there you
always at the
go.
lower of the P5. They're always trying to recruit with us in the group of
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
So losing him to Northwestern, I mean, it's okay. I don't really care that much.
Yeah.
But
Well, then scrap that one. Then obviously though, we can talk about, and again, it's only talk, but it's intriguing if nothing else, but Javante Barnes. And if you guys don't know who Javante Barnes is, he's a running back out of Las Vegas, Nevada, and he is a 4-star, 24/7 composite, has him at a 94 rating. He's the ninth best running back in the nation. Again with a 24/7 composite, and he's warm on Alabama, Florida State, Oklahoma, USC. But he happened to come down to North Texas, and he has said nothing but great things since coming to North Texas, and kind of, causes you to just pause and wonder a little bit. I know he's pretty close with Ikaiko Ragsdale, another running back that's already in that room. But what does that mean to you? Are we putting a whole heck of a lot of stock in him coming to North Texas? Probably not. But why do you think he was so high on the visit? What are your thoughts with Javante?
well, I think that's good for North Texas because they haven't really hosted 4 and 5 stars ever. Like this is like one of the first
Yeah,
times I've ever seen this high caliber person come to Denton and visit. Not just post their offer, just come and actually visit the school. Uh, there's no chance we land him. I'm sorry. I mean, if we do, that would be amazing. Be a glorious day. But there's no way. But it also shows that Seth can recruit a little bit more than we
hmm
think. And even
yeah,
if the wins haven't came right now and faster than we want, he's still out recruiting, and Luke as well, and even Patrick Hobbs. Patrick Hobbs has been a great job recruiting, and really North Texas has done a great job in Las Vegas. I don't know why they've had a lot of offers in Las Vegas, but hey, there's really talented players out there, and it's a step up. If we can continue to win, then you get more of the 4 and 5 stars visiting the school, and then it just keeps on going. And maybe even do what SMU did the past few days and get those 2 4 stars.
that
Tuscan's not a 5-star I don't listen to ESPN. Nobody listens
Yeah,
to
no,
ESPN. It's
not a 5-star, but
24/7
a
rivals.
tremendous player.
Yeah,
Tremendous
yeah,
player.
he's a tremendous player. But I think Biddle's way better. But still,
Yeah,
I'm jealous, so I
yeah.
can't say that
Oh, very
much.
jealous here as well. I had CJ Olson. I know you communicate with him a lot on Twitter. The guy who runs the fifth quarter SMU account, and he's a good guy. But man, it was hard to. I just hate talking about that stuff, like SMU's, victories, but they're killing it. And I didn't realize until CJ told me yesterday on the show, Coach Samples, one of the guys who might be the most important man on that staff, including Sonny Dykes. He's only 26 years old.
Yes, I
I was like,
know.
you and I have had conversations, and we'll get into this. I think I speak for both of us when we want this to be a surprisingly good year, and I think it could. I really think it could. And we keep, Coach Luttrell for a few years to come with some more successful seasons. I would love nothing more than that. However, the reality of the situation is if it doesn't go that way, and this is his last do-si-do, we have talked about the potential of, like, what if we got Coach Samples as a head coach, and now that he's 20, I'm like, okay, that probably wouldn't work as a 26-year-old, but like, I just can't believe how well he's doing at that young of an age.
Because he's just 8 years older than the kids, and he really has made great connections with some of those people, and he makes great connections with all the recruits. I've seen him play like Madden and
Mhm.
stuff with other people, and he's just great at doing what he does, and he's young, so he can really fit in. I'm not saying Patrick Cobbs isn't old, but I mean he's not the same age as Samples, and when you can relate more to the younger kids, it's just a completely different game. And when you're also winning, that
Mhm.
also helps. I'm gonna keep on saying it. They don't go there for the school; they go there for the winning. And it's
Mhm.
Coach Dykes. It's not for the school. I wouldn't want to go there for the school. I mean, I'll
Well,
go to the for a degree anyway, but still, I wouldn't want to go to SMU over UNT for sure.
yeah. Well, to each their own, but it's just, it's tough to see that because I mean, obviously the AAC is a better conference, and there's blah blah blah. But we have so much to offer, and it's just like, well, we just got to capitalize. We just got to get all the pieces need to fall in the right spot at the right time, and yeah, and then we'll go from there. And hopefully, this is the season. Hopefully, this is the season.
Well, and I have a theory. So when SMU 2017, they hired Coach Dykes at the end of the year. He played in the bowl game. They were not that good. They got blown up by Louisiana Tech, but they went into the transfer portal. They got a lot of Power Five transfers. That's what we're doing right now. We had a
Yeah,
bad year. We went to the bowl game, got blown out. And it's like mathematically working. It's in steps. They
yeah,
went out and got transfers. The next year they were just okay. And I think that's what we can be this year. We're just gonna be okay. We're not gonna be world beaters. We're not gonna be
yeah,
really bad. And then the next year, we all know what happened in 2019. All those transfers panned out, and they started doing really well. And I feel like if we can do that, because we have all these people for um, 2-3 years, I think. I don't think
yeah.
there's any
Roughly
graduate
average.
transfer we
Yeah,
got.
yeah,
So that's a really big factor in this. And if we can just continue to do what SMU did, even though they did it 3 years ago, I think we're following in that direction, and we can just continue to do what they're doing, just 2 years behind.
yep.
I think that's what we're doing. But because so far, everything's been doing what they did. So, and it's a good plan because we saw what they did, and now they're at the top of the American, well, top three
Yeah,
in the
well, around the
American.
top.
So,
Yeah, they're. I mean, recruiting wise, at least. Yeah. So I don't know. And do you? And obviously, we want to talk about name, image, and likeness. That's really the big thing that's changed, recently. But before we get into the name, image, and likeness conversation, okay. So, oh man, beating a dead horse here. I got the schedule up, but I look at it all the time. I'm like, well, maybe we can win this one, and well, maybe we won't. But I mean, our recruiting classes in Conference USA have been around the top. I don't think there's a team that's leaps and bounds ahead of us from a talent standpoint, in the conference. I mean, do you think do you think Coach Luttrell can put it all together? For this year for the conference, say, like, I mean, for conference play. I mean, do you think we're going to beat UAB or La Tech? Do you think we're going to win one of those games? Point blank, that's kind of the question, I guess.
Okay, so to answer that question, I think we win one of two. I think
Okay.
and La Tech did get a good quarterback. Oh, I don't know if he's good or not. He hadn't played in a while, but
Right.
Is it Austin Kendall?
Oh,
Something like
from
that,
West Virginia?
from West Virginia, Oklahoma. He went to La Tech today,
That
so
happened
that's gonna be
today?
interesting. Yeah, it happened about 12 o'clock. So he's really
Wow.
good,
Yeah,
and
no, I
but
know.
I still think we can win. La Tech's in more of a rebuild than most people think, in my opinion, because I've seen what they last year. They took a huge step down. They
Yeah.
were always continuing to win bowl games and beat pretty good teams. They couldn't do that last year. So I
Yeah.
think we do win one of two. But just looking at the schedule, I mean, SMU also got Isaac Slade. Ooh, that last name is hard to do. But he's from
Oh,
Oregon, linebacker
yeah.
from Oregon, and
Mataltia?
whatever his whatever
Yeah,
his last
yeah, it's
name is. I mean, that just made that game even harder because he was the leading
mhm.
tackler in the Pac-12, I think, in 2019. So that's that's a little
Yeah.
scary. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
but but I've talked to some of the people and they're not scared. They're not scared of anybody
No,
on this
yeah.
Ross on the schedule. I mean, they're
Yeah.
getting bigger and stronger and faster. And
Yeah.
Seth
And we
has
could, at the flip side of that coin, we could go beat UAB and La Tech and be in the
oh, we
driver's
could
seat.
because UAB's at home and it's a little bit easier. But Seth had to hit on these two coaches.
Dude,
He Mike
they
because it
have to
was
pan out.
Langston and Refit. Those were big
Mhm,
misses. Now,
mhm.
people say Langston did bring in the talent we have now. Yeah, but he couldn't get them to where they need to be because
Right.
1 year under Bloch, we're already having the top. Well, last year we had the top offensive line, I would say, in the Conference USA. Now that you lose Farrell, which, I mean, he didn't do that much because he only played in one game, and Gray, it's a little bit different. But I have full trust in what Bloch can do. But I don't know how Bennett can do. But he has to capitalize,
Mhm.
and we haven't been able to do that. That's why the recruits haven't as panned out as they could be. Because I know they're really talented.
Right.
We've seen them in high school. They just weren't coached very well
Yeah.
when they got here, and it just kind of they didn't get to the full potential that they should be this year.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, it's pretty spot on. The scary thing is, though, if we don't beat UAB or La Tech, if we were to lose both of those games, then we're realistically looking at going into the Marshall game at 1-4. Can you
Oh Lord.
rebound from there? I mean, like, so what I'm asking is the, I mean, is this season contingent, you know, with UAB September 18th and La Tech September 25th? Like, if we lose both of those games, is it a bust? Like, is it over? Because we're going into Marshall then, or Marshall, we're going to play Marshall at being at 1-4, and the next game is Liberty.
Are you counting the Missouri loss? You're already counting the
Okay,
Missouri
yes. So
loss?
this
Yeah,
is me.
that's what I
Yes,
was
this is
thinking. Yeah.
yeah, and don't, I mean, and really on the flip side of what I'm saying, man, I mean, this thing could totally pop. And if
Mm-hmm.
because on the obviously I'm talking doom and gloom right now. Imagine we go to North Texas, or I'm sorry, imagine we go to SMU and we win. We win. I mean, like if we were to go in there, either Austin Aune or Jace Root, or this off all these weapons we got with a healthy Oscar Ottaway, our line is playing great, our defense is shirt up and playing much better, and we beat SMU. That then it's very realistically think we could beat UAB and La Tech and go into the Missouri game 4-0. So I mean
we
that
would
would
have
be
to
nuts.
have we would have to have all of our defensive backs just suddenly be all conference because
Yeah,
when you're going against Reggie Robertson, Rasheed Rice, Danny Gray,
yeah,
and shoot, who's the other guy? Those three mainly. I mean, they're
yeah,
all really, really talented. It's gonna be hard to stop them. And
yeah,
last year, the past 2 years, really, it was
yeah.
terrible. Reggie Robertson tore us up every single year, and we had no offense to the people who were guarding him, but they got shredded each game. It
Mhm.
was awful to watch, but I think they can do it. I think Stout's gotten way better. Deshaun Gaddy's gotten way better. We don't have the other slower people now.
Some of
Um,
these transfers got to hit because we hit a lot. We got a lot in the
Tyree Thornton, I think, is going to be a
yeah,
underrated player because
yeah,
he has the experience and he's coming into a system where they are more like what Rice was doing.
yeah.
And I don't know. I'm just going into Missouri is going. No, no, no. Really, if we can go 1-1 in that and hope UTSA knocks off UAB 2 weeks before we play UTSA at the end of the year, then that's something. But we
Yeah.
also have to win and do all the
We
other
got to
stuff
beat
during
UAB or
conference.
La
We
Tech. I
can't
mean,
slip up against Southern Miss or Rice.
yeah,
Those are two
but
trap games because they're
if
on the road.
yeah, yeah, but if we lose to SMU, which is, I mean, it's
That's
very
almost
possible.
guaranteed. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're gonna lose, and then we would lose to Missouri, presumably. So that means the season is almost contingent on UAB and La Tech. I'm not saying it. If we could go out of that 1-4 and go into Marshall and shock Marshall and get some, you know, literally. So if we went 1-4 there and we won out conference play from there on out, because Liberty's independent, right?
Yeah, but I mean, they're a really good
That would give us
independent.
a 6-6 season. But can we really come into a Marshall game, who is returning the all conference, the first team all conference quarterback, right? And as that freshman guy, can't think of the name at the moment.
Grant
Uh,
Wells.
Yeah, Wells. And the running back is good. I mean, they're just a solid team. I mean, they're a solid team. So we would play that solid team at 1-4 and expect to just shock them.
On a Friday night after an SEC team. That's the thing
Yeah.
that I posted a tweet and it said, like, we have a normal non-conference. All of a sudden, we have two conference games that could make or break our season. Then you
Yeah.
go to an SEC school. Then you have 5 days to play Marshall on a weekday, and then you go into Liberty the next week. Liberty
Yeah.
could be
Yeah.
ranked.
Yeah.
Liberty could be in the top 15 by then. They could
Yeah.
go and whoop UAB because they're
Mhm.
playing at UAB for UAB's first home game. Who knows what they do? But that's also gonna be a tough game. And then you go into Rice, and that's a big trap game because then you have
Mhm.
Southern Miss after that. This is just such a mess, and
Yeah.
I
Yeah. It's
hate
stressful.
being hypothetical about stuff, but I just have to sometimes, and
Yeah.
have to think of all the things that could happen, and I prepare myself for the worst, which
Yeah.
is every year. So
Yeah. But yeah. But okay. So let's say SMU gets us, but maybe we could get UAB. I mean, we're probably more talented than them as a whole. I mean,
it's just
24/7 thinks we
how
are.
really
I mean,
did Bruni say that?
no, I mean, I'm no, Bruni didn't say that.
Oh, I was just like,
I
wow.
wish. So don't quote me on that. I said but but just if you look at our recruiting rankings the past couple of years in the conference, we've been ahead of them significantly. Um,
Yeah.
so I don't
And I
know,
think
man.
there are some freshmen that could make an impact this year. I
Yeah.
think Williams. We already talked about it before. Like Caleb Johnson and Dylan
Mhm.
Williams are some people that could. And
So,
I just have to
yeah,
see them play in fall camp. I don't know how half this team is going to be playing because like
I know.
half of them, few of them weren't even playing during spring. So I don't know what they bring. Like Upton
Yeah.
Stout, he wasn't playing in the spring, and we don't know what Jace Ruder or Tommy Bush or not Jackson or half the team we don't know what it will look
Yeah.
like, and it's so hard to say anything right now. But
Yeah.
I'm really excited for the season celebration. I got a little
Yeah.
slip for the season ticket holder,
Oh
Midgreen Scholarship
yeah.
Fund. I'm
When
excited
is
about
that? What
that.
time? What day is that? What time is that?
August 14th. It's like 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., which is
And
the
there's a
hottest time of the
scrimmage?
day.
Yeah.
It's a scrimmage usually. It said I forgot what the slip said. It says something about looks like a scrimmage, like see Apogee Stadium. I'm pretty sure it's when you get your season tickets if you're a season ticket holder, and
Mhm.
then you get to tour the facilities from 1 to 2, which is very cool. But I'm really excited to see that because I'm pretty sure the first open fall camp, unless they do one before they have a scrimmage beforehand, and I might go to that if I can slip in.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, everybody should try to make it out to that. That sounds like a lot of fun. Um, okay, so last time we're gonna beat this horse one last time. UAB La Tech. Do you think one of those is a must win? We have to win one to have hope going forward in the season. Yes or no?
We have to win Louisiana Tech, or we go.
Or
If we
it's
don't
over.
win
It's a wrap.
Louisiana
It's a
Tech,
wrap.
it's
Is that what it
basically
is?
we're
We
out
don't
of
beat
bowl
UAB or La Tech. It's
eligibility.
over. It's okay. It's
It's
rebuild now. It's time.
because you have to. We'll beat North. If we don't beat Northwestern State, I'm
Oh yeah, then
finished. I'll just say, come on, let's go basketball. I'll
yeah. Then we might
be
as well go back to
knocking
quarantine.
on Coach
It's over.
McCaslin's door.
Yeah.
But assuming we do, which we should, then SMU, UAB, La Tech, that's three. If we lose through all three, and then we go to Missouri, Liberty, and Marshall, or Marshall, Liberty, that's another three. you get to win that. And then you got to play
So,
UTSA
yeah.
at the end of the year. You're just screwed left and right. You don't know what to do.
Oh man, that's another 3. So you're implying like if we don't beat UAB or La Tech, we're going 1-6. Is that what you're saying?
And then you're just your hands are against you're just like this, and now you have
Yeah.
to beat Rice, and Rice is good, and Southern Miss is good, and I mean UTEP's awful, so we should beat them.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
you
that
don't
was
know what's going to
funny.
happen, and it's awful.
Yeah.
And this is the most brutal schedule Southern's ever had,
Yeah.
and it's not the most brutal I've seen because 2014 or 2015 we had a bye week 1, so that was really really bad, and then we had like 3
Yeah.
Power 5 teams. It was like
Yeah.
just getting punched in the face left and right. But this is
Yeah.
another hard one, and
Yeah. Yeah.
Lord,
Yeah, it's
mercy.
top heavy. All right. So, oh man, that was good stuff. But name, image, and likeness. So that's we haven't talked about that, yet. I mean, it's probably we're a week into it now, maybe something. I don't know. I'm not sure, but it's really new, really fresh, and you know, let's face it. I mean, like there's a monetary aspect that's going to be considered when choosing your school, I would think, and I was talking with CJ again over at fifth quarter for SMU, and obviously SMU Metroplex as well. Blah blah blah. But UNT compared to a lot of other Conference USA towns, this is a good place to be. I mean, like if had Mason Fine, had this been around when Mason Fine was doing his thing, I bet somebody would have came and sponsored him for sure. Jalen Darden,
For
same
sure.
thing. Braylon Chance. I mean, like if you come here and you do some stuff, I mean, who knows the dollar amounts? I mean, that's none of our business per se, and it's only for us to speculate. But I would say there's more of a name, image, and likeness market here in Denton than again most of the towns in Conference USA, maybe aside from some of those Florida schools. But yeah, what are your thoughts as it comes to name, image, and likeness, and how do you think it will affect UNT, if any
Well,
at all?
I'm kind of surprised that we got the name out that fast. We've been pretty. People bash me over that. Like, you need to stop being so negative toward the athletic department. They've done great. Yeah, they've done great, but also a lot of things have been kind of lazy and not really well put together. I'm surprised they got it's called Paramount, which
Yeah, Paramount.
our
Yeah.
last recruiting class is called Paramount. But
Right.
there's only a few things you can do with UNT in it. But I think it's great for us. I think we have a good chance to be at the top. Men's basketball already had Marjorie McBride. His store is a good. I don't know what
Yeah.
it is, but
Yeah.
it's a clothing store, and that's really cool. I'm glad to see it. And then a few Barstool athletes, which I don't really. I just know they get stuff. I don't really know what it really
Yeah. Who
does for
knows,
them,
right?
but it's still
Yeah.
cool that they're getting a little bit of
Yeah.
recognition. But I think it's great for us. And imagine if we had Mason Fine or a
Yeah.
Jalen Darden or a Javion Hamlet or
Yeah.
um,
Or one of these
Tony
guys pop
Mitchell.
off
A
this year,
Tony Mitchell
Mueller or Bush. Yeah.
from 2012, 2013. He was a lottery pick.
Yeah.
He was all over Sports Illustrated, everything. He was
Oh,
a ESPN All American. I mean,
oh
he would
yeah.
have been making millions in
Oh yeah.
college here at North Texas,
Yeah.
and it's really good. And it's of course we're going to be outdone by SMU and all the other higher ranked G5 schools, but we could really capitalize. I mean, what do you get in Louisiana Tech? There's nothing
Yeah.
there. There's a
Yeah.
walk-ons. I mean, and there's also there's like local places. I don't like wrestling that much. I wouldn't.
Yeah. Oh
There's
yeah.
not much really to do there,
Come
So
on.
we can definitely capitalize more. And I'm hoping to see some more endorsement deals or
Yeah.
whatever happens soon with football.
Absolutely.
I'm even
Absolutely.
basketball. I mean, Thomas
Yeah.
Bell and all those guys have a lot of potential to do a lot of things at the bigger, higher levels. So it's great for us, and hopefully the recruits see it too. And if we can get
Yeah.
more people doing it, the recruits see it.
Yeah.
Okay, they're building a little bit of a
Definitely.
thing there. We might
Definitely.
want to go there. Like Damian
Definitely.
Smallwood.
Definitely. Definitely. Absolutely. Could not agree more. Well, all right then, Miles. I mean, anything else? I know it's summer, and I'm sure we'll talk at least one more time before the season, and then we'll hopefully talk a lot more frequently once the season gets started. Hopefully about good stuff. But anything else we need to touch on today that you can
I
think of?
think one or two things.
Okay.
Recruiting's been very quiet. It's been
Oh yeah,
very,
good God.
very, very, very quiet compared to the rest of college football. I hope you all saw my meme on Twitter. Basically, how
Yes.
I was the past few days is looking out the
Yes.
window, seeing all these people. My Twitter is just filled with commitments, and it's like we haven't got one since Jax Van Zant from Alabama in June 12th.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's been a long time,
Yes, it has.
and I know we kind of already have our team filled right now, but still, I mean, the 2022 class is going to be affected by COVID, but at the same time, we only have 3 commits, and it's July.
Yeah.
We usually have
Yeah.
7, 8 commits,
Yeah.
and usually July is where, and I hate decommits, but where people have decommitted and people are
Right.
committing, and it's more exciting than we have right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's hear some noise on the recruiting end soon.
But I also
Fingers
guess
crossed.
it's because of the visits. Last year, people were committing without visits.
Right.
This year, they've had more of an option to see what the school's like, and they've probably moved on, or they've seen another school that they like better. So that's
Mhm.
probably affected our recruiting a little bit more than I would like. But hey, I like visits.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. What's your other thing? You said you had 2 or 3 things?
Just one more shot at UNT.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna do that much. I
Oh
want to do
god.
that
Okay.
better,
All right. All right.
but I just hope they get a good graphics person by the time this is all
Yeah.
over, because
Yeah.
I don't like when our brand is promoted in a bad way. It's not
Yeah.
like they're saying bad things, but
Right.
they're not promoting it to the level that they should be and
Yeah.
they could be. I mean,
Yeah. Oh
there's
yeah.
so many
Lots to
resources that
offer
we
here for
have,
sure.
and they're just not. It seems to me and to other people I talk to, they aren't investing in what they could be investing in and really succeeding. I'm
Mhm.
going to compare to SMU and look at their graphics and look at their videos, and it's amazing. And
Mhm.
be just like that.
We could be
We just
better.
aren't doing it, and
Yeah.
I just hope they get that level picked up soon, before the season, because I don't want to have another poor season where I'm the only one that's the face of the program, which I know that's
Yeah.
not really
No.
trying to be
Gosh.
like that.
Yeah. No, it shouldn't. But hey, in 11 years we're going to Colorado, so there's always that.
Yeah,
And
very Missouri
yeah.
too.
That's right. That's right. But well, all right, Miles, as always, thanks for your time and jumping on. And guys, once again, if any of this content, consider hitting that like and subscribe button, because again, that is all that we talk about here. And Miles, good luck to you on the rest of your summer. Enjoy it. And we will talk very soon.
58 days.
That's right. 58. All right, man. Take care.